everybody. We are Brett and Amelia, and we've got our family in the fifth wheel behind us. They're all napping. 2 children and 2 cats. And we are travelling Europe.
Europe, the world. We'll see. And the reason that we are travelling is because we both lost our jobs at the end of March. Was it 15th of March? We were told in September. We both worked at the same company. We were told in September, and we were given until March. So it was quite a long time to get over the shock and to decide what we were going to do with our lives from
Good
that
time for
moment.
planning.
Yeah, from that moment on. So we looked at several opportunities.
Yeah, so we decided to, well, we changed our minds a lot, but we decided let's go buy some houses, which we looked at, and to make some income. We also decided to go to buy some property down in Devon, holiday lets, that sort of thing, so we could, because that's pretty much what we did in our previous job. So we did a lot of driving, a lot of viewing properties.
Wasted a lot of time.
And then I think we changed our minds.
And then, yeah, I was having a shower one day and I just thought, why don't we just go travelling? Why don't we sell everything, buy a caravan or a motorhome and just go travelling for maybe 6 months, maybe a year, we'll see how it goes. And then that kind of opened up a whole world of possibilities and excitement and joy. So that was about November time we decided to go travelling, wasn't it?
Yeah, we travel a lot, so we got married in 8 different countries, we did lots of different things. So
we decided on, well, first of all we looked at residential vehicles, looked at buses. Do you remember? We went on, had a look at some buses on the internet. And then I read some blogs and I read that a fifth wheel was better than a residential vehicle. So it's more roomy and it's got some big space, wardrobe space, better for the children because the children would have their own bedrooms. That was the only problem with the residential buses, is that the children just had like a bunkhouse that was part of the bus, and it was kind of within
the living room.
Yeah, it was within the main bedroom, so that wasn't really what we were after because it was a long-term thing. So the only way to get around it was to go with the fifth wheel and to go with a couple of slide outs. So I started shopping fifth wheels. That was about November, December time that we decided to start shopping. And then there was Manchester. So
yeah, we drove up to Manchester to see what was it called?
Montana.
It was really good. Yeah. So we were in straight away, but we were going on holidays literally that week, so we didn't want to buy it. We wanted to sort of test it before. So we said to the guy,
we made a deal with the price.
Yeah, we made a deal. We did everything. We even said we'd buy his truck.
Yeah, the whole rig.
The whole thing all together, and it was a Ford F250 Julie. So we were quite keen.
And it was 38 feet long, wasn't it?
38 feet long,
yeah.
And I'm sure all of them are a little bit longer than they actually are. So.
And it had a walk-in wardrobe.
It was so good. We walked in. I had this image of being in a caravan, and it wasn't anything like that.
We'd never seen a fifth wheel before. We drove 4 hours to Manchester on a cold, rainy night in December, and we pulled into this
truck yard. The guy was renting a yard off his company or something and storing his fifth wheels there. He had 2 or 3 of them. And
it was pouring with rain, and we got out, and both of us were like,
wow. But he did everything. He made the beds with nice white linen, the lights were on, the heating was on.
Yeah.
It was
so homely.
We were like, yes, we're in.
We'll take sold.
It. He was a kid salesman.
Can we take the key? Can we make it right now? Because it was just so epic. It was the
so
nicest.
we did tell him that we had to go see another one because we didn't want to upset the other guy as well. He did have one next door that we looked at as well.
Sandpiper, but that was 44 feet long, and we decided we drew the line. 38 feet was the longest we were gonna.
Yeah, we read a few blogs, and 38 is the maximum.
Yeah, it's difficult to get into campsites as well. Well, we were reading American blogs, and they were all going, "Don't go over 38 feet long in America because it's quite difficult. It narrows down the number of campsites you can go to." So we're like, 38 feet, that should be fine. In Europe, doesn't really matter. Europe, America, same thing, right? No. But anyway, that's another story. Then there was Northampton, so we drove. Oh no, well, first of all, the Manchester one fell through.
Yeah, when we got back, literally when
Yeah.
we got back, we said, okay, can we make a deal? Can we still buy the truck? Because we made a deal on the truck, 2 separate deals, but as one. And he said, sorry mate, it's sold. I sold it for 10 grand higher than you were going to pay, so I sold it. I was like, okay, fine, fair enough.
So we were back to the drawing board, and time was running out because we'd been told that we had to move out because we had a house with our job, and we had to be out of the house by the 15th of March. So we were going to be homeless, jobless, 15th of March. That was D-Day.
Yeah, and we had just come back from South Africa, and it was,
so it was
we were
January.
like January.
It was
yeah,
January. So
mid-January.
like clock was ticking. 2 kids, no jobs, no home. 15th of March, we had to have
something,
a solution of where we were going to live, and it was getting increasingly stressful and anxiety ridden. No, then we went to another dealer in Northampton and we looked at the Crusader bunkhouse.
It was brand new, so it was really nice.
And ready to go, to just drive off the forecourt with the IVA and everything. 33 feet?
33, yeah.
And it had the bunkhouse and it had a slide out for the children's bunkhouse. But we didn't go for it 'cause it was a bit light and felt a bit plasticky and not durable enough. And also, there was absolutely no wardrobe in the main bedroom, and the kids' bedroom didn't have a wardrobe or any storage.
It would be perfect
or any
for,
cupboards.
if you were going
holiday
for 2 weeks or whatever. It'd be
or it'd
awesome.
be awesome if it was just you were just a couple and you wanted to use the bunkhouse for like spare room if people came over to stay,
and you could
or
put storage in there.
or you could maybe put your clothes in there because it had 2 bathrooms, same as ours.
Long term with 4 people.
No.
It's just not enough space.
I mean, we'd have made it work, right?
Yeah, you
It
could
was a
always make
close
it work,
contender.
but it was
a close contender, and that one was 33 grand, wasn't it?
Yeah.
36.
So
No, 36 grand, 33 feet long. And then we looked at the Rockwood at the same dealership, and we loved that one. It was really well built. It was really nice inside. I like the layout with the sofa opposite the fireplace, so it's not at right angles. And the Rockwood, but the problem with the Rockwood is that the bunk beds were inside the living room, and it was just a curtain.
It was just a curtain.
And
So it's And thinking about it now, they're never in the bedroom really, unless they're sleeping. But you just
there was
felt
absolutely no
like
storage.
no storage, and it just felt like you didn't have separate space. Like because we wanted the children to maybe play by themselves and have some of their own space.
And we felt bad taking Gabriel, who's 8, out of his own bedroom, and then putting him not only sharing with his new brother, but also without
sharing with our living space.
and not really having his own bedroom at all.
Okay, so we knew what we wanted. We wanted 2 bathrooms.
Yeah, apparently.
2 bedrooms, a bunkhouse,
and a walk-in wardrobe with a jacuzzi bath.
We got nearly all of it, I think.
No.
Everything we wanted.
I really, what was important for me was wardrobe space for all my clothes that I don't wear, that I keep collecting and I won't throw away, that really annoys Brett. So that was a vital must-have. Brett decided the outside kitchen was a must, or that was on his tick list. So our list of wants was growing, but we hadn't found anything that ticked all of the boxes. But
so it was back to the drawing board.
It was back to the drawing board. We drove 4.5 hours back home, pretty disheartened. We'd lost the Montana, we'd lost those 2, and time was running out. We had to be out on the 15th of March, and it was now February. February.
End of January.
And we were stressing.
We had a list of exactly what we wanted, and we thought, okay, well, how can we get exactly what we want?
We looked into getting it imported. We found a shipping company that would ship it across for us. We got prices, we got everything. It was all sorted. And then I just thought, I'll just phone the American Fifth Wheel Company up in Northampton, who we hadn't dealt with at that point. And I just said, you know what, I'm trying to import this. Do you have anything similar that you have on stock or that you can get for us? And he said, well, why would you be getting one of those when you can't tow that around the UK and Europe because it won't pass its IVA? An IVA basically limits the weight on the road, it limits the weight on the truck, and you have to have a handbrake installed. It's basically an MOT certificate for a trailer. Yeah,
and you have to have electric braking, safety braking, so if it comes off it automatically brakes, and there's lots of little things that the Europeans have asked for. So you can put them on the road. Yeah.
So we phoned the American Fifth Wheel. They said, ridiculous, you're getting the wrong fifth wheel, you'll pull it over and then you won't be able to move it anywhere. They suggested a Sportsmen 302 BHK. And it ticked all the boxes on paper, and we thought, yeah, that's awesome. So we said, can you get us one? And can you get it by the 15th of March? Bearing in mind it was now early February, late January, early February.
Yeah, it's like 4 weeks, 6 weeks max.
And he said it would be tight but doable. Tight but doable. Well, that's all we had. So we were like, let's go for it. So we signed up, got the finance, sorted it all out, the finance company took the VIN number. They found a 302 BHK AZ from the manufacturers, and it was going to take 3 days to drive it across to the port. Then it was going to take 2 weeks from the port, 10 days from the port just to sail across to Liverpool. So it's cutting it fine, but he said then we can apply for the IVA, and the IVA should be done within 2 weeks, and we should be fine. It should all tie in that we pick it up on the 15th of March, and we won't be homeless.
Well, I think by then he had said, we might go a week over. So like, okay, we can deal with the week, I think.
Yeah, so we had a plan for a week. We had a spare house that we could stay in for a week. So we were like, let's go for it. It's a risk, but we'll take it. So we got a phone call.
Oh, no, we never got a phone call. We always had to phone.
We phoned every day to find out.
Well, every Friday. It'd be like, phone on Friday, we'll see where we are. We've got the finance for it. And we phoned a week later, and he said, I've got bad news. When my guys went to go and pick it up, it was gone. In case you guys had lost it. So a few days later, he said they figured out that they had sold it to somebody else, and we had to buy another one. He said they had another one, didn't they?
No, he said they had to find another one, but luckily it looked like somebody had ordered one to be made from scratch, factory fitted or whatever, and then they had pulled out at the last minute, and so we could have that one. And it was finally it got to the port. It went over a week or so later, 2 weeks later. It got to Liverpool, all good. Then they took it to their factory to do a couple of amends to it and get it ready for the IVA. He'd applied for the IVA whilst it was on the ship, in fact, and generally he said IVAs take 2 weeks for the government office to come over.
VOSA, VOSA.
For them to come out and test it, but unfortunately we had a phone call to say that the IVA was booked, but it wasn't booked until the 15th of May. And he said you can come down and you can put whatever stuff you need to in the fifth wheel and come and have a look at it. So we did.
Yeah, they connected all the electricity, so the trailer would connect to the car perfectly. Because we weren't going to see the truck again, we were taking it to France.
We're here.
Yeah, we're here. Where's our fifth wheel?
Yay!
First one to spot the fifth wheel
It's the winner.
is the winner. Look at that one.
It's big. Oof.
Oh, there's a sandpiper. Solitude, Heritage Glen. I see it, I see it, I see it.
Our one?
Yeah.
Which one's our
It's
one?
inside the
Shed.
He just said he was going to be working on it.
There's our fifth wheel.
that
Are you stressing about pulling that?
How big it is. Oh, it doesn't look so big from here, actually.
Are you joking? That's a monster.
It's big.
It's not really a caravan, is it?
No, it's not a caravan at all.
So how are you feeling right now about having that?
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, I think. Going forward, it's fine. It's going backwards, it's going to be a problem.
Fridge is there, so the cookout's here.
Can I go under?
Yes, you're fine. Find your bit. Ankle on this.
Yeah, don't worry, I won't go. That's so awesome. Starting to feel real now. This is going to be our home for the next 2 years. What have we done?
So we can dance and be like skylarks in the sky. Yeah, I flap around like a little